So then, for some odd reason, we come back to metals at the end here. We mentioned before about metallic bonding and how they pool their electrons, and here's where they actually provide us with a picture. So all of these purple spheres are sodium ions, and each of them has lost one electron, and those electrons are just kind of hanging out around in between the sodium atoms. They're attracted to them, right? So they're not just going to go flying off. And we refer to this as an electron sea, or a pool of electrons. Like water is fluid, it can move. This pool of negative electrons is what holds the positive sodium ions together. This explains the conductivity of metals because the electrons that are in this pool are free to move. And we need moving charges to conduct electricity. They're not stuck on a particular atom. Also explains malleability. You can dent metal, ductility, you can pull it into a wire because this is a non-directional attraction. So it can be deformed without having a problem. So if you hit this with a hammer and smash some of this down, it'll still be attracted even as it moves down, and so it's not going to shatter into pieces like most ionic compounds do. And then how does ozone belong in metallic bonding? I don't know. But this is a little bit interesting. So oxygen has a double bond. Ozone has weaker bonds. Remember, there was that resonance hybrid, and so their bonds are more like 1.5 bonds. So a 1.5 bond is weaker than a double bond. So here we have our Earth, and we have our ozone layer, the outer edge of our atmosphere, and we've got all this UV light coming in from the sun. UV light is harmful. That's what gives us a sunburn. What happens as it hits the ozone is the UV light has just enough energy to break that oxygen-oxygen bond in ozone, which makes oxygen and an oxygen molecule and an individual oxygen atom. Those then are going to combine to reform the ozone. So what's happening here is that the ozone is absorbing photons of UV light. And that's one of the reasons we're concerned about the health of the ozone layer, is because there's all this radiation coming from outer space, and we've got this lovely protective bubble, and we need the bubble. Any questions?